Good morning. It is Saturday, May 18th, and it's a gorgeous day and I'm off, so I thought I'll do morning minutes outside today. And of course, okay, seriously, I think a bug just flew in my mouth. So there are like what appears to be 10,000 birds outside right now squawking, although it did get a little quieter. And my dogs are being stupid and the sump pump is going off, but you know what the hell? I'm just gonna do it anyway since I'm here and want to get this done. So there's a few different topics on my mind today, and I know I want to keep these videos short, so I'll probably just have to choose one. But I guess what's coming up for me most right now is back to something that I talked about the other day, which is, how do you deal with people who there's some type of a conflict or an issue with, where something that they are doing is affecting you and the people you love, but they're not open to working things out in a reasonable way. I mean, just flat out 100% not interested in working things out in a reasonable way. Not interested, hi Daisy, not interested in communicating, not interested in talking, not interested in doing the right thing, period. And there's a couple, different situations in my life where I'm dealing with that. One of which just seems to be at a head right now. I think it's bothering me more right now, even though it's been going on for a while, because some of my other mental fluff has been removed due to getting a break from the court stuff. But I think, sadly, the answer right now is that I can't, and that's what I need to know. I can't change this. I tried, and after trying and getting frustrated, I even, went outside of what I usually do and even got pissed and, called the people out on their bullshit and stuff like that, in hopes that, geez, what if being reasonable doesn't help? Would maybe seeing what you're doing to other people and the pain you're causing them help at all? And it didn't. Actually made things worse, I think. I guess that's not really a surprise when I talk about it this way, but yeah, I mean, it sucks. But so in the other situation that's going on, which is really, it's with my ex-in-laws, with the stuff with my ex-husband and stuff like that, where they're just not open to anything. So when that was really bubbling up inside me, I kept like running through my head, like basically scripting what I wanted to say to them or what I needed to say to them, and it just kept spinning around in my head. And what I did was I wrote it down. I actually wrote a whole series of letters, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to send these, I don't know if I whatever, but I'm going to write it down just to get it out of my head. And I did, and I wrote it out. And then, because a lot of times when I talk to people in person, I'm not the best at talking off the cusp. You might be able to tell from these videos here. Like, a lot of times I kind of have to it's like a slight pause trying to get what's in my head out of my mouth. And honestly, even when I do talk, it never feels like I communicated it exactly right. But so I talk, and then later on I'm like, oh, I should have said this, I should have said this. And when I did the letter, it was kind of nice because I wrote it in depth. But then over the course of the next week, when different things came up, like, oh, I should have included that, or I should have said this way, or maybe I didn't convey that clearly, I was able to edit that letter. And I basically spent like a whole week writing and adding and tweaking this letter. And ultimately, a couple letters actually, and ultimately I never did anything with it. I saved it, it's on my computer, and that's it. And I think so the situation hasn't changed, but I feel better about it, I think, because I released that from my head and I had a chance to communicate what I was thinking and feeling, mostly feeling. And and a lot of it isn't even like, oh, you hurt me, blah, blah, blah. It's, I get why you feel this way. I get, why you're in such denial. I get it. But this is the right thing to do, and this is how we can work together, and this is what should happen. But ultimately I have no control over it. And I think I need to do the same thing in this other situation. So that's kind of the plan It's going to be 2 letters, most likely. And I actually plan on sharing them here. And it's totally not for them. It's 100% for me. It's therapeutic. And you may ask, like, well, why are you sharing it here? And the reason is, for one, it seems like the more I communicate it, even if the audience is tiny, or even if no one ever looks at it, it feels like more real and more processed to me. So I'm gonna do that. But also, you know, this practice is so powerful, and I want to share that. And later on in a project I'm going to be working on, I'm going to talk about things like this. And you know, I want to show that it's okay to have these feelings and these problems. And I mean, we all do. And I think if more of us shared the truth about what we're dealing with, maybe we wouldn't feel so like, gosh, why is all this happening to me, when it does, because the truth is it happens to everybody. And if any of these people ever see it, that's fine. I don't care. But it's for me, not for them. You know, obviously the best case scenario would be they just happen to come across it and they're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea, you know, this was the reality of everything. But the truth is, reasonable consideration and conflict resolution has already been tried and failed. So I really held 0 expectations. So the point is for me to be able to let go. That's really it. Just letting go. So hope it works. And yeah, plan on working on those 2. Oh, hi, kitty. Working on that over the next couple weeks. And like I said, I'll share it here along with some of my other ones. All right, well, off to the weekend. I'm working my little side gig in a little bit here, so wanted to get this done before I did that.